What's up, guys? All right, full day of eating starts now. Disclaimer for the video, I am vegetarian, so I'm not eating meat, but I am gonna be eating eggs and cheese, like honey, you know, things that aren't like technically like considered vegan, but the vegetarian, you know, because I don't eat meat. And it's not strict like anything for like health reasons, because I think meat is bad, you know. I would eat it, but my face just cannot like handle it. Like I can't digest it very well and I'll like break out. So with that being said, I am going to be showing everything that I'm going to be eating today. Eating, drinking, you name it, I'm going to show it. And the first thing I have is this, I take in the morning, is this Ghost Glow supplement. It is like a beauty detox for like your skin and your hair and nails, and it's so good. I get the blueberry acai flavor, and I drink it like every single morning with like 10 ounces of water, and it's super good. And any of the supplements that I'm taking today, y'all 100% do not have to take them. Like I said, I'm just kind of like showing you what I take day to day. And also, y'all are in for a treat for breakfast, because whenever I make my breakfast, I also make Jared's breakfast. So y'all are gonna see like two different kind of like meal ideas, both very simple, both very doable. So I'm just gonna do Jared's first, because I only have one pan clean. So I can only do one at a time. So let me see. So he just eats breakfast tacos every morning. These HEB white corn tortillas. Macros are 21 grams of carbs for 2, 1 gram of fat, and 2 grams of protein. So 2 tortillas, 21 grams of carbs. It's pretty good. And with that, you'll get 1 egg, and then 125 grams of egg whites, and then also cheese on top. We are actually out of shredded cheese, so he's just gonna have to use this sliced cheese. And it has, where's the fat? 7 grams of fat, 6 grams of protein. And y'all, this bacon right here is so good. Maple flavored uncured turkey bacon from HEB. It has 6 grams of protein per slice, which is really good, and 2.5 grams of fat per slice. So he'll eat like 2 of these, and that's already like 12 grams of protein and only 5 grams of fat, and obviously only like 1 gram of carb each. Very good, very high in protein. All right, so here is Jared's egg plus 130 grams of egg whites. So then I'm just going to scramble that and put them in some breakfast tacos, man. Super simple. Oh, also I air fry this just because it's way faster and requires less like attention. So I'll put this in for about 8 minutes, 2 slices for him. All right, now time to scramble up these eggs. And I did go ahead and put in this bagel not included spice blend. If you've ever had the Trader Joe's everything but the bagel seasoning, it's like identical, but it comes in like this massive seasoning thing. And I usually use this like for everything. It's so good. And for my breakfast, it is a little bit more intricate than Jared's. I make a fried or an over easy egg on a bagel. So it's like a bagel sandwich with egg whites also. So these are the bagels that I use. They're from HEB, the HEB bakery, blueberry ones. I usually use the Dave's Killer Bread Boomin' Blueberry ones, but they were out, so that's lame. And these have, let me see, 55 grams of carbs for a whole bagel, 2 grams of fat, and 9 grams of protein. And also, just as a disclaimer, do not try to copy like what I eat, like throughout the whole entire day, because our macros are not the same, you know. Everyone's in a different spot, including like me and you. So yeah, I mean, these are more like just for like ideas and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven to toast, and then I am going to weigh out my eggs. I get 1 egg and 125 grams of egg whites with that. And while mine is cooking, I went ahead and finished Jared's. Got his corn tortillas, 2 slices of turkey bacon, his eggs, slice of cheese, and I did top it with this Mark's Good Stuff roasted salsa. The ingredients are very good, all like whole food ingredients, and it tastes really good. So it's a staple in our house. We get it every single time, and it's great. All right, so there's my fried egg with 125 grams of egg whites on top of that, and plus the bagel seasoning. So I'm just gonna let that fry, let it cook, and then plop it on my bagel. All right, and here is the final product. So I put whatever I could fit on the bagel, and then I'll just eat the rest just normally. And I have one of those slices of cheese that I showed earlier, about 30 grams of avocado, and about half of a tablespoon of this right here. It is a raspberry chipotle kind of like sauce or marinade. I really try to like watch how much I put on this because the carbs are pretty significant, but it just gives it kind of like a more of like a sweet and like tangy kind of feel on top of that. So I will just plop that on there, and that is breakfast. That was so good. I think breakfast is my favorite meal of the day just because of that meal, like the bagel egg sandwich. And I eat the same thing for breakfast every single day. So I just wake up and start my day on a positive note, honestly. So drinking water all the time. I know y'all know the importance of it. All right, now I'm just gonna have a black coffee. I think it's 12 ounces, 10 or 12 ounce coffee, black, just because I genuinely like how it tastes more instead of like having creamer and everything. It's a funny story, I actually made myself start drinking black coffee when I worked as a barista, just for like health reasons, because I was like starting to get into CrossFit and everything, and I didn't want to consume like a ton of sugar, you know? So like I hated it at first, hated it. And I kept drinking it, and I'm like, okay, now I love it. Like, it's like my favorite now. All right, guys, currently in the process of making lunch. It's like probably around like 1:30 right now. Little bit of a late lunch. Been super busy all morning doing client check-ins. Love y'all. So now I'm just getting in my lunch, and I am having a vegan black bean burger. And these are what they are. Morningstar spicy black bean, and the macros on these: 13 grams of carbs, 4.5 fat, 9 protein. So it's pretty good. The only thing that sucks about these is they're kind of thin. They're not like a thick like burger. They're like, well, I mean, I guess they're a good size, but they're a little bit thin. But I am going to be having them on this Better Burger leaf lettuce. And that is like nothing against bread. First of all, I love, obviously, like you saw me eat a whole ass bagel this morning, but it's just that I want my carbs to come from rice right now, just for my lunch, just because that's kind of what I'm preferring. Because I'm going to mix it with like some squash too, some air fried squash, and also some kimchi. So I kind of wanted to have all that together as a bowl, and then like just have a burger like separately, you know. Okay, so my burger is done. It's on my lettuce buns. I'm just gonna put maybe 1 or half a tablespoon of ketchup, throw on some of these little jalapenos, and then a quarter of a large avocado. I think that's probably about like 30 grams right there. And the cheese on top is this fat-free shredded mozzarella cheese from H-E-B. And I actually really like the macros on this. It has 9 grams of protein, 2 grams of carbs, and obviously 0 grams of fat, guys. And if you did not know, low-fat cheese does have a high amount of protein. So obviously, like this one has 9. So that's obviously a lot more than, like regular, like full-fat full-fat cheese. And I also have 35 grams of white rice and some squash in there too. And remember, I do not have y'all tracking veggies, so of course I do not track mine either. And then I'm just gonna add some kimchi in there. Kimchi's great for your digestive health. It has a lot of like probiotic in there. Since it is a fermented cabbage. And y'all, if you haven't tried it, then I would 100% like recommend trying it. So that is my lunch. I'm gonna go eat it now while this one cries, I guess, because he's the biggest mama's boy ever, and he basically will not let me put him down without him crying. So super fun. I will catch y'all in a little bit when I eat my next meal. On the way to the gym, I have my pre-workout snack. It's one of these like Nugo dark, and this one's mint chocolate chip. The one that I've been eating and I really like is the like sea salt pretzel one. And that one's also very good. The macros are the same. So 25 grams of carbs, 6 grams of fat, and 13 grams of protein. Also, I'm drinking this 3D. It's an energy drink, 200 milligrams of caffeine. I usually drink one every day around 2 to 3. Around like 2 to 3 p.m., not 2 to 3. I'll drink one a day. So back from the gym and just took a shower, and I'm making dinner now, and just let me show you what I'm gonna have. So I'm going to do this whole bag of veggie pasta. It's super good. It's like penne with cheddar cheese. The macros on it are actually very good. For the whole bag, it's only 51 grams of carbs, 13 grams of fat, and 25 grams of protein. So yes, please, we'll do that for sure. And I actually really love those because all you have to do is put them in the microwave for 3.5 minutes. And they also have, let me show you, a marinara, like spaghetti style one. And it's also very good. The macros are very good on those two. And I just get those from HEB. And to put in my pasta for extra protein, I'm putting in these vegan chicken strips. And the carbs are, for a serving, the carbs are only 4 grams, protein's 23, and the fat is 3.5. So it's pretty amazing if you ask me. And those are always like my go-to if I'm running a little low on protein. And I still have a lot of food to eat tonight, so I'm also going to be eating like a snack later tonight. And I'm also going to be having my dinner with some squash that I had earlier. And I forgot to say earlier that those Nugo bars that I had just now, those are vegan and gluten-free, so very friendly in my house. They are a staple, and it's basically like my go-to pre-workout or my like post-workout snack. Here is the final result. I have my vegan chicken strips, my cheese penne pasta underneath, and then underneath that, I have my squash that I had from earlier. And I just topped it off with some of this Frank's Red Hot buffalo sauce. And this stuff is great. I love like Frank's Red Hot and the buffalo sauce. And look at that. It's like 0 fat, 0 grams, and 0 protein. So a big win. All right, guys, and this is the last thing I am eating tonight. It is protein oatmeal with almond milk instead of water and Skippy peanut butter. So I make this. I made a half a cup of these quick oats, and then instead of water, I used almond milk, and I added more than usual because since I'm adding the protein powder will absorb a lot of the moisture and make it thicker. And then on top of that, to finish out my fats for the day, I added a tablespoon of peanut butter and then just sprinkled some cinnamon on top. And that is your protein oatmeal. And of course, you can use like different flavors. I use this Ghost vegan pancake batter flavor. I'm literally about to be out. I think I have like one more scoop left, and I'm going to order a chocolate flavored one. So if you have like a sweeter flavor of protein, then it can be more of like kind of like a sweeter like dessert kind of treat, you know. That's why I'm like adding cinnamon. And also, if your carbs allow for it, then you can also add in things like honey or even maple syrup to your oatmeal too, just to make it sweeter also. And I can't forget, I did have like half a serving today of these jalapeno cheese balls. I did account for those, and I made it fit into my macros. Just guys, remember, just another like refresher, there are no foods that are like considered healthy really or clean. There are foods that are more like calorically dense, you know, like oatmeal, obviously like vegetables, meat, like whole food sources, you know, but there's no food that's not going to make you gain weight or gain fat if eaten in excess. Like you could gain weight and fat by eating broccoli if that's all you ate, you know, and you ate it in a massive excess, you know. So just a reminder of that. Like that is why I'm a big fan, and that is why I have all of us tracking our macros, because it allows for a lot of flexibility and is overall the most consistent way of dieting in the long run. All right guys, back, and I'm going to go ahead and close out this video now. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing kind of like what I eat basically day to day. I mean, it varies a little bit, but it's kind of the gist of it, you know, kind of some ideas if you are trying to incorporate some like more vegan or vegetarian options into your diet. Then I hope you got some recommendations. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the night off with a scoop of my greens, flavor guava berry by Ghost. I am pretty good about getting a lot of vegetables in throughout the day, but I mean, I just kind of like to like fill in those little holes, like with some extra like greens, you know, plus they taste good and they're kind of sweet actually. I know a lot of greens can be like really gross and bitter, but I know Ghost, they make very good products. That's why I do recommend them all the time. So if you want to go ahead and check those out, feel free to. Like I said, you don't have to, especially if you're getting a lot of your micronutrients from your vegetables, like you hopefully are incorporating every day. All right, guys, so I really hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to make another one for y'all.